Good evening, friends. Today I am going to speak about one important research every student has to do during their studies. Now, as a student, your primary job is to study multiple books and impart knowledge from the book. Now, what I am going to talk about today is exactly on your primary job. Now, what is this research which I am talking about? This research, you don't need a team, you don't need a huge money, you don't have to write thousands pages of report. It is simple research which everyone can do. Now, what is this research which I am talking about? Don't worry, I am not talking about financial research, I am not talking about marketing research, I am not talking about any chemistry, physics or extra research. But this research is important than all the above. Now this research is going to be a key in your life. Now let me bring down this puzzle for you. Now what is this research which I am talking about since starting up this video? The research is, whenever you are a student, you have to go and sit in the library and read about most successful people in the life, most successful people in the country. Now, why do we have to do all this research? If you ask me this question, I'll tell you that why you have to do. Now, the reason you have to do this research is, as a student, you will go through multiple distractions. Distraction from social media, distraction from society, distraction from friends, love, family, and there are multiple students have to go through multiple problems, maybe a financial problem. There are a lot of distractions comes in your way as a student. And now, if you have to come out of those distractions and have to study well in your colleges and have to get good marks and good come out of good colleges with good grades, it's a difficult thing because it's a distractions all through the way. Now, to come out of these distractions, you need a strong motivation. Now, let me give you an example. Say, suppose you have done a research on APJ Abdul Kalam. You went, sat in the library, read everything about APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, what do you learn in this big man's biography? You learn how humble was he. You learn he was continues to be a student. He used to always read and learn things. He is a visionary. He always have a plan. He'll always go prepared for anything. And he is the person who never give up. Imagine if you research one Abdul Kalam, you get so much of information, so much of motivation. And imagine in your studies, if you do multiple research like this, you will get up so much of energy in your student life. Now, what is going to happen with this research? Let me give you few important things that what are going to happen to you if you do this kind of a research. Now, the first and foremost thing, you will get motivation. You will get motivated because all these successful people, be it Abdul Kalam, be it Ambedkar, anybody if you see, they have started from scratch. Abdul Kalam, being a paper boy, he become a president of one of the biggest democracy in the world. Ambedkar, he was not allowed into the school. He is the person who prepared our constitution. See the kind of a motivation which you get. First thing is motivation. Second thing is you will get that attitude of never give up. Because when you go through these multiple stories, if you see every successful person in the story, in their stories, you see struggle. When you read about those struggles, whatever struggles you go through, it looks very small. It looks very small. By the time you complete their research, you will come out as a different person that I can face anything. Now, the third foremost important thing is that in their story, you will pick up a lot of things which will be useful for you to become successful. You may read how Abdul Kalam overcome his difficulties. There are a lot of things which you get to become successful. Now, fourth important thing is that you will understand how to face the difficulties. When Abdul Kalam failed in his first mission, everybody laughed at him. When Ambedkar was not allowed into the school, everybody was laughed at him, made a fun of him. But did they give up? No, they never give up. They came back with utmost force, and they come up with a double force, and they did everything possible to ensure that they become successful. Now the fifth thing is that you will understand that how to stay humble, how to be grounded. Now if you see, go through these successful people, anybody, if you go through the successful people, most of them, they are very humble, they are very grounded. Despite whatever the success they have in their life. See the APJ Abdul Kalam, if you see, he's so humble, so simple. You know, I was going through his biography. In that biography, someone has said that, you know, in one of the video, that when he going through the Chennai while going for some meeting, suddenly he saw Sarvana Bhavan. There was a big convoy, some 20 cars were passing, but still he has stopped it and he got down that I wanted to have a idli. See how simple it is. If someone is there in place of him, they would have ordered the idli to his place to get Sarvana idlis, but he's not did that. If you see any of his video, he is always humble. He speaks to everybody with utmost respect. So these are all the things which are very important things which no teacher is going to teach you. You can only learn through these most successful people. Hence, I said at the beginning that this is an important research everybody has to conduct. I believe that this video is useful for you. My humble request is, please subscribe this channel and pass this information to the multiple students. I wanted to reach as many as students possible because I wanted to tell them that what all these important things apart from their studies, which are very, very key factors for the student successful. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.